Hey, so I'm making these videos for you today, um, and I'm kind of multitasking because um, my contortion coach had to reschedule last night, so I didn't get to do it because I wasn't feeling well. But here we go at work. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit first, sort of give you like a introductory video, because I know that you want to get more flexible, and with flexibility also does come strength and conditioning as well. So we have to do both. Yay! So basically, right now, I'm going to record this, and then at lunch, I'll record some other things. And then after work, I'll record some more things. But we're going to, I'm going to basically give you just a quick sort of 10-minute routine for you to warm up for conditioning. When we get into back flexibility, there will be different conditioning for that. But right now, because we want splits, we have to do split conditioning. Conditioning. I should say that one more time. Sorry, I'm really bad at this recording videos thing. Anyway, so basically to start is you need a dynamic warm-up before you do any kind of activity. And we did this when you came to visit at the space. So essentially we did, excuse my hair, Jesus. We did jumping jacks and high knees. We're gonna need to do that again. So you're gonna start, and like I said, the warm-up, especially for stretching, should only be about 10 minutes. You don't need it to be any longer than that, because the stretching itself can be a little bit strenuous as well. So jumping jacks, I would suggest 50. So I always tell my students that they can break it up, because essentially you're going to do 50 jumping jacks and 50 high knees. So you know a jumping jack, right? And then you're going to sort of transition into high knees, which, okay. So the jumping jacks, obviously 50 of those, you know what that is. But 50 high knees, people tend to cheat on this because they think that that was 5, but really that was 3. You get my point. So 1, you want to do 50 of those. So when I say you can break it up, you can do 25 jumping jacks, 25 high knees, 25 jumping jacks, 25 high knees. To me, no matter what, it's going to suck anyway because it's cardio. So however you want to work it is your choice. So 50 jumping jacks, 50 high knees, and then you're going to hopefully have space in the area you're training or stretching your body, because then you have to do something I call high kicks across the room. So I have very limited space in here, but it's just enough to give you a gist of what you need to do. By the way, side note, Steve Cam texted me today out of nowhere this morning, was just like, how you been? I haven't talked to him in forever. Anyway, so high kicks, you're going to walk across a room in a line. Hands on your hips, okay? Or out to the side, doesn't matter. All you're going to do is step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, okay? So you're rotating legs, you're switching legs. So each step kick, it's going to be the opposite, okay? For this one, it doesn't matter of height, it's just warming up that hip, those leg muscles to get you started, okay? So don't think that you need to be kicking to the top right away, because you don't have to. So once you get all the way across the room with that, then you're going to come back the other direction doing a different thing. There's side high kicks, okay? So after you've walked, you're here, you're going to, and this one is a bit tricky. Kick, step, turn, kick, step, turn, kick. Think about that for a second. I only say that because this is where people tend to get a bit confused by the step, turn thing. But you can do it. I believe in you. And then if you also, while you're doing this, if you have a question, you can always text me and I'll help you. Okay, so after you've done that all the way across to the other side, okay, then you're going to take it behind. So before we kicked front, okay, now you're kicking back. Step, kick, step, kick. You don't have to walk across the room for the behind one because it can be a little bit difficult. If you want, instead, you can hold on to an object like a desk or some kind of wall, anything that you have available. And okay, I'm going to give you the option to do either one, whichever works best for you. They essentially do sort of the same thing, or you can do both, whatever you feel like doing, okay? So now I'm going to move you back to the floor. Here we are again. The floor, my favorite place. Okay, so you've warmed up your splits and you've done a dynamic sort of cardiovascular warm-up. So now I need you to do an abs warm-up, as well as like an on the floor leg opener, okay? So for abs warm-up, you're gonna be all the way flat on your back. You want the lower back to try to push onto the floor, okay? You don't want to cheat yourself and lift. You're gonna be here, arms to the side, and you're just going to flutter kick. See how my back is completely touching? I'm engaging my abs here and flutter kicking. You want to do that for about 30 seconds, okay? And then rest. And the flutters, I'm going to move you to my feet now so you can see. They're not very high off the ground, okay, about this high. The second round of 30 seconds, you're going to kick a little bit higher, okay? And you want to be a little bit slower. Sorry, hands are too big. Okay, it's hard to tell in jeans, but I'm super engaging my knees too to make sure that I'm developing muscle in around my knee. That's going to help with splits as well. It's called active flexibility. So the more you start to really pay attention to the strengthening and the straightness of the knee, the more your muscles around are going to engage, and it's going to be easier for your splits later, and eventually it will look much nicer in your lines as well. So the flutter kicks high, and then you're going to pull for your splits after. So back to your back. One leg is going to be bent, the other one is straight. Okay, and you're going to kick 8 times with a pointed foot, and then kick 8 times with a flexed foot. Then on the 8th flexed kick, you're going to grab and pull as close to your body as you can. Okay? You're going to hold that for 8 seconds and then switch sides. So point, flex, hold. Great. And then you're going to come to the side. This is something that I love doing because it kind of is like one of those 80s aerobic videos of the ladies wearing like the leotards and the ankle warmers or whatever the hell they're called. So, because you're going to be on your side. See, like, ooh. Okay, that's exactly what you're doing. You're engaging here, making sure you have a straight line, okay? You're not like this or this, but straight. Then, hand here for support, you're going to kick up. Again, straight knee, not bent, if you can. You're going to do this 8 times. On the 8th time, you're going to grab your foot and pull as much as you can. Here's why I asked you if you had a strap, okay? Obviously, you're going to do that on both sides as well. So, if you have a strap, obviously I don't need a strap anymore, but that would be the time to use it. Straps are okay to use, blocks are okay to use, they're tools, that's what they're for. So if you need the strap, just wrap it around your ankle and pull, as opposed to pulling on your foot. Okay, all right, so then, actually, just to torture you, after you've done that exercise series, again, 10 to 15 minute warm-up is what this should be. When it comes to the kicking and the pointing and all of that stuff we got at the end, the 8 and 8s, if that takes a little bit longer and takes you over a 10 to 15 minute warm-up, that's okay. With those, you just really need to take your time because those are sort of opening you up for when you get into splits. So anyway, there's not a specific time limit, I guess is what I'm getting at. It's about 10 to 15 minutes. Sorry, I'm rambling. Anyway, after you finish that, go ahead and do another 50 jumping jacks because you want to stay warm the whole time. Usually when I'm stretching backs or splits, shoulders, I'm literally constantly doing some kind of cardiovascular warm-up in between, just to make sure that I'm there. If it's jumping jacks, if it's handstand flutter kicks, you'll get there eventually. Anything to that extent, it's just really super important to keep warm. So there's your conditioning for splits. So I'm going to leave it at that. Again, at lunch, I'm going to make another video for you where we'll really start to get into our split stretching. Yeah. That's it. That should get you started. Video 1 of probably a 5 or 4 video series.